Stop one for the 2021 season on the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series brings us to Henry County and Paris, Tennessee at Kentucky Lake for the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley.
Obviously the Big Bass Bash is one of the biggest tournaments we have this year. You know, it's double points being that it's one of y'all's tournaments, and we got a lot of team members here, so it's really just a chance for us to try to, you know, build that lead and get it going strong these last few tournaments going on this spring.
The name of the game this week is Big Fish, as hundreds of the nation's top collegiate anglers compete for big payouts and valuable points towards the Bass Pro Shops School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia.
408, so I think that's gonna make, let me look here, I think that's the fourth fish over 4 pounds. Yeah, it is. That puts you in 4th place for the hour. Right. Hold it up there, we'll get a quick picture of it. New leader, 525.
Day one coverage from one of the most storied tournaments in all of collegiate bass fishing begins now.
How about that one? That right there takes the day one lead.
Big Silly!
New leaders from University. Way to go, there's your first place team.
Hey there everybody, welcome into the 2021 Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley. We're on the shores of Kentucky Lake in Henry County in Paris, Tennessee for the very first event of the 2021 season out in the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series. The Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley. It's a 2-day big bass format event. Anglers are going to compete across 7 different sessions over 2 days. We're going to pay out 80 places with over $40,000 in payouts and contingencies on the line, as well as double points towards the Bass Pro Shops School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia.
This tournament's double points, so it means a lot to our team. Want to secure the first place team of the year at the end of the year, and so we got a bunch of boats here hoping to weigh in a bunch of good fish and really take a big lead on our points.
Now the format of this event, the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley here on day one. It's going to be 4 weigh-in sessions, paying out 10 spots in each, so a total of 40 prize payouts will be awarded at the end of competition today. Anglers are going out onto Kentucky Lake to catch largemouth and spotted bass, minimum length of 15 inches. Smallmouth bass have to be a minimum length of 18 inches. Schools will earn points for their 2 biggest fish inside of the top 100. 1,000 points are going to the winner, and there's a good opportunity for someone to come in here, catch a lot of fish, and earn over 1,000 points and move high up into the standings and set themselves up for a late season run to be the #1 ranked team in the nation.
This is what's called a double points event, which means that your top 2 weighing fish are going to count and earn points for that school. But the fun part about this is any fish can dynamically change the School of the Year standings. And what I mean by that is, your fish, your buddies may finish 1st and 3rd from your school, but you may catch the 7th, 8th, 10th, 20th, 30th, 40th place fish. And by weighing that fish in, not only are you earning prizes, you're bumping other schools out and lower into the standings by everybody you beat. So you see these anglers really striving to catch those 3, 4, and 5 pound fish because they know that that's going to move other teams further back. And that's important when it comes to the most prestigious title in the sport of college fishing, School of the Year.
Entering this event this week, the University of Montevallo is in first place with 11,125 points. They will be sporting the buff yellow headwear as the #1 ranked team at this event this week. In second place, the defending back-to-back champions, McKendree University with 9,285 points. They're almost 2,000 points behind Montevallo there in second. Rounding out the top 3 is Adrian College with 8,865 points. Inside of the top 10, 9 of the top 10 teams are competing here on Kentucky Lake this weekend.
After the break, we take a closer look at the phenomenal season the University of Montevallo has put together this year. Stay tuned to hear about how they've climbed their way to the top of the standings in the Bass Pro Shops School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia.
There's no feeling like it. When you've prepped the gear, done the research, found the spot, nailed the presentation, and now there's only one thing left to do. Keep fishing. So gear up with all the best fishing gear. Only at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Shop in-store or online.
When there's miles of water in front of you and hundreds of feet below, you need a boat with the chops to dominate, no matter the conditions. With the strength and technology to overcome the elements and the competition. Ranger Boats, still building legends, one at a time.
You have a full-time job and you want to be a full-time angler. Don't waste time scouting. You want to catch fish. That's where Garmin comes in. Our mapping with Navionics data lets you see more detail than the fish do. It's kind of a big deal. Oh, and our industry-leading live sonar is so crisp and clear you'll think you jumped in. You're welcome. Now if only we had a powerful, efficient, whisper-quiet trolling motor. Actually, we do. It's called Force. We knew you'd like that. Less time finding, more time catching fish. Only with Garmin.
You know, Montevallo University as a school fishing team is really one of those great success stories. We're going to go back to the past. Clint Davis first kind of started and led off that program along with some of his good friends down there. And as we know, Clint's grown on to be one of the top touring professionals in the nation. And what he started is really begin to grow and mature over time. And we see that a lot with some of these universities. Right now, Montevallo, in my opinion, is one of the hottest colleges that you've got to be thinking about if you're a high school angler to go fishing at, because they've got a program that has a great camaraderie. They work together. You don't see one kid on that school that's the dominant angler out there. It's multiples. And what that means to me is the team as a whole is working together. And that success is really starting to show up. They've been knocking on the door several times to win the Bass Pro Shop School of the Year title presented by Abu Garcia. But right now they've taken control of this race because they're working as a team, and it's going to be hard to knock them off as we wrap up the rest of this 2021 season.
You know, I know we got a really talented group of anglers at Montevallo, and every one of our guys works so hard, man. I don't think a lot of people realize how much work really goes into this. It's a lot of time away from school, away from, home, and it's a lot of money and a lot of time. And I know every one of our guys has had this goal on their minds since the start of the year, and to be here, it's a really, really cool experience.
Up to this point in the season, Montevallo has put together one of the most dominant runs in the history of the Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia. The team has secured a total of 16 top 10 finishes at events across the country, including amassing a total of 3,450 points at ACA double points events.
In 11th will be University of Montevallo, Copeland, and Cade.
The School of the Year race is designed to reward an entire team or bass fishing club for its success throughout the entire year. Montevallo has fully embraced the team effort mentality this season, as numerous different anglers and pairings have stepped up with strong tournament finishes to contribute to the team's point total.
We got guys from Minnesota, we got guys from Florida, we got guys from North Carolina, we got guys from everywhere, and it really helps to have a diverse team, because no matter where we go, we know it's going to fit somebody's style. But that aside, I think what I've noticed, especially meeting all the new freshmen on our team and everything, I just think our team in general is very versatile. It doesn't seem like we have anybody on our team that's just good at one specific deal. I think everybody's kind of versatile, and that with the fact that we have guys from all over just really helps us to keep on building this School of the Year lead, because no matter where we go, we know somebody is going to be able to catch them.
I mean, that doesn't happen very many teams in the country, and I mean, we've had the awesome opportunity. We've been blessed with this to really just be able to perform well this year in the past year or two. And like you said, you could be fishing a 6 to 8 boat tournament around the house, or a 250 boat tournament out at Kentucky Lake, and no matter where you are, your points matter. And I mean, even if it's 100 points or 800 points, points are points. And like, we've got teams fishing a small 100-point tournament this weekend while we're here, and we're just trying to rack up and accumulate as many points as we can while we've got this steady lead with all these guys on our fishing team.
The Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley on Kentucky Lake is the second to last ACA regular season event before the year-end championship in May. This means that teams are stressing the opportunity to capitalize on double points this week.
Obviously, the Big Bass Bash is one of the biggest tournaments we have this year. You know, it's double points, being that it's one of y'all's tournaments, and it's really a chance for us to, you know, we got a pretty decent lead right now, and we got a lot of team members here, so it's really just a chance for us to try to, you know, build that lead and get it going strong these last few tournaments going on this spring.
As the current leaders in the Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia, Montevallo anglers will be sporting the buff yellow headwear during tournament competition. The special issue item is awarded to the #1 ranked team at each ACA round event, and Montevallo is excited to finally be donning the yellow headwear.
You know, it's great coming in here, #1. I remember last year I fished Sam Rayburn and I saw the gold buffs. I was really like, dang, those are cool. So it's really nice to get here and get those gold buffs and just kind of symbolize that we're in the lead going into this double points event.
Montevallo enters this week's event with a lead of more than 1,800 points over second place. Two very strong finishes in the overall standings this week could all but secure the win for the current leaders. The magnitude of this moment is not lost on Montevallo anglers as they understand the effort that goes into this prestigious race, as well as the significance of the opportunity to be crowned the best team in the nation.
You know, when I came here 2 years ago, I was like, this team's got potential, and it's been building and building for the past 2-3 years, just like he said, and you know, it's been really cool to watch and really awesome that all the support we get from our sponsors, from William Crawford, and just, you know, believing in us and sending us to all these tournaments, and it's just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I know we'd love to really get a good, I mean, we've got a good lead on the points so far, but really just seal the deal at this tournament, get those double points, and hopefully make it happen.
You know, Montevallo, in my mind, this has been a long time coming for us. Obviously, we haven't done it yet, but you know, William Crawford, our coach, along with Clint Davis, you know, they started this program, you know, not long ago at all, and it's just grown and grown as the years went by, and it's been a lot of hard work and a lot of, you know, strings that have been pulled throughout the years to get it to where it is, and to get the support that it has from the university. And so I just think, you know, the dues have been paid for Montevallo, and we've had some crazy good talent come through this school, and this year we've definitely got that talent, you know, just as good or better than ever. So I really think it's about time Montevallo got them one.
Up next, we bring you day one coverage of the 2021 Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley. Conditions are setting up just right for anglers to go out and catch plenty of Kentucky Lake giants. Stay tuned.
The Yamaha VMAX V6 SHO continues to deliver the level of performance that pro bass and multi-species anglers demand. Underneath a bold and aggressive new look, an upgraded charging system with 40% more charging power meets the amped-up demand for today's advanced electronics. The VMAX SHO, raw power, reliability, and exhilarating performance for every angler who loves the sport enough to invest in the best. Yamaha, reliability starts here.
Want to know the difference between power bait and other soft plastics? Ask the fish. Berkley scientists have. Thousands of flavors tested on thousands of fish. Natural, man-made. Every bait that's ever hit the water. And no matter the shape, size, or color, power bait is the only one that is scientifically proven. Fish bite and will not let go.
As a professional angler, you've got so many things on your mind. Any advantage that we have is key. And not only rods and reels and lines and baits, but in our clothes. And the guys at AFCO, I mean, they have something for every situation. There's nothing AFCO hasn't thought about with the fishermen in mind. It's designed for fishermen, by fishermen, for every scenario you can come to. Any fish, any water, any condition, AFCO has you covered.
The first session of the day today is presented by Engel Coolers. We'll be giving away 5 Engel Coolers as well as a variety of products and Bass Pro Shops gift cards to the top 10 in this session. Anglers are being greeted with a good bit of rain across the area as it's been falling overnight into this morning. Let's go out on the water now and see how that rain is affecting the bite on Kentucky Lake.
Yeah, weather still pretty similar to this morning. The rain slacked off a little bit. The winds kept up. It all looks perfect for what we're doing, the type of fishing we're doing. They should be feeding up with this cloud cover, and so hopefully we can get a few bites. Still about 50 degrees and spitting rain and windy.
Right now we're just kind of beating the bank a little bit, throwing a little chatterbait. Worked for us in practice, and see if it keeps working today. We came down Wednesday night. We got here around 4 o'clock in the morning, Thursday, and we went out and we threw just about everything we had in the tackle box at them. And then we finally were able to figure out a pattern. Right at the end of the day, we finally got some hitting on a chatterbait, and then we were cranking too, out a little deeper, and we kind of just stuck with that pattern and trying to find some more spots where we could get some more fish and reproduce our patterns that we had. Hey, there we go, there we go.
Needing that?
Yeah.
Woo! Nice work, buddy. That one's one.
That one's got that spot, those spots like.
We caught one yesterday. They look like leopard print.
The bite is picking up this morning as anglers begin to figure out the working patterns across Kentucky Lake. The School of the Year leaders, University of Montevallo, have boated one keeper this morning and are looking to build on this early start.
Well, I was throwing up there, hitting bottom, bumping, and all of a sudden it loaded up and leaned. And how big is that one? 2 pounds?
Yeah, 2 pounder.
Yeah, 2 pounder. Nothing crazy yet.
First bite though.
First bite though. Right.
So it's 7:55. We've got 2 bites. We got one keeper largemouth, about 2 pounder. Caught one short smallmouth. And like I said, we're just fishing this bar in a flat that comes out, throwing a trap, and we haven't got as many bites as we did yesterday morning first thing, but I mean, it's a bar in the spring. They got to feed up on it sometime, and they're just going to keep pushing up, going back down, and I mean, it's just a timing thing, so you just got to keep casting, and hopefully you run into a big one. Hey, yes sir.
Oh, you had me thinking it was a big one, or at least a good one. There you go, keep him coming. There you go. Keep him coming just like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a good one. That's not a bad one. That's bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
Good job.
The fish are biting early on this first day of competition, and Session 1 weigh-in presented by Angle Coolers is guaranteed to be a hot race to take over the tournament lead here early on day 1. Keep it tuned here as we return to Paris Landing State Park after the break to weigh in the first fish of the day.
Everybody knows somebody that just seems to have things go wrong around him. And for me, it's my good buddy Z when he heads to the water. It's like a black cloud follows this guy around. He runs out of gas, locks his keys in the car, or worse, has a flat tire coming to him from the water. But old Z's a pretty sharp guy. He relies on Boat US in those situations where something goes wrong.
Boat US has the finest low-cost boat insurance and the largest fleet of towboats ready to assist you 24/7. Visit BoatUS.com.
TH Marine has been producing top-of-the-line marine accessories to rig boats from transom to trolling motor for decades. From jack plates to fish care to LEDs, TH Marine has you covered. TH Marine, outfitting your boat from transom to trolling motor.
Hey, 3 key rods that played a great deal in my success this year on the Bass Pro Tour Trail was the 7'4" multi-spin spinning rod in our lithium series. Another rod that I used a lot this year was our 7'2" Covart heavy action rod. Last but not least is our lithium 884 in heavy action. So check them out. Denali rods, I think you'll be happy with the success you receive from them.
From sun up to sundown, day in and day out, we work hard. We play hard. And to keep us going during those long hours, we demand performance. Angle Coolers, the original high-performance cooler.
Welcome back out to Kentucky Lake for day one coverage of the 2021 Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley. Less than 30 minutes remain in the first session, and teams are having to decide if they're going to weigh in their early catches or wait until later in the day.
I think we're going to let that one sit and we're going to watch the leaderboard, see what it looks like. If it looks like people are turning in some of the smaller ones like those twos and threes, we'll probably run that one in towards the end, but we'll probably stick it out and see what everybody's turning in first to see how we do it.
All weigh-in sessions are being streamed live on the Outdoor Action TV app. Anglers are able to access the app, watch tournament coverage, view tournament leaderboards, and determine whether or not they might want to weigh in a fish during that particular hour.
They got a 5.2, 5.25, 4.77, 4.09, 4.76, and a 4.42. So right now you'd be fourth place for the period. So I
think we'll hold on to it for a little bit.
What time does this period close?
I think we'll hold on to that fish for a little bit and see what happens towards the end of the period. Not even if only a few more fish get registered, then we might run it in, but if not, then we'll just keep on moving.
Back at Paris Landing State Park, the first few fish of the event are coming to the scales, and it's quickly becoming apparent that Kentucky Lake is kicking out some quality fish.
Locks in at 385, 385, 408. So I think that's gonna make, let me look here, I think that's the fourth fish over 4 pounds. Yeah, it is. That puts you in fourth place for the hour. Hold it up there, we'll get a quick picture of it.
Evan Marcel, who we covered earlier in today's On the Water coverage, has made the decision to weigh in during this first session. 10th place in this session is just under 3 pounds, as Evan hopes to claim a prize.
It's going to be close here to getting inside the top 10. Oh yeah, that'll do it. 283. 283.
Evan's first fish of the day checks in at 283, placing him just inside the top 10 at the moment.
We went up there, I was a little scared. They said like the bottom one was like 2.7, and when we weighed it, it was 2.60, and when we got up there, it ended up being 2.83. So we like their scales. So I don't think I'm gonna last on the leaderboard long. They're bringing some big fish up, but should be solid for the rest of the day.
Up next, Reagan Nelson, Tarleton State University. It's 477. That's a good one. That's going to set the lead high here for session one, presented by Engel. Let's get that one out real quick and let him hold it up for everybody. That takes the lead. Last 2 years we've been here in the fall. That right there has won a couple sessions. We'll see if he can hold on here on day one, session one. Step up here real quick, Reagan. Talk about that fish. How'd you catch it? What were you doing?
We're fishing the channel swing bank. We're kind of rolling through it kind of quick with a crankbait, and I picked up a shakehead and fired it out there and caught that one.
Awesome. All right, go get you a picture made and stand by. We'll see how that holds up. Go catch some more fish. All right, coming up, Nate, Indiana University, got a good one. You're going to need 478 to take the lead. Reagan Nelson, Tarleton State, leading in first place at the moment. Let's see what this one's going to weigh. New leader, 525. That is a good fish right there to start the day. Pull it out, show it off for the camera real quick. Looking good with that AFCO rain gear on today. It's raining out here this morning at Kentucky Lake. Definitely going to need that to keep you dry. Nate Pardo, Indiana University, just takes the lead, 525, first place. Stay right there, ask you a couple quick questions. Tell me how you caught that fish.
Kind of found him up shallow, a couple days of practice, so we kind of keyed in on some shallow area with some good structure on it and got it done.
Did you catch it quick? Did you just catch it a couple minutes ago?
I caught it about first 20 minutes.
All right, awesome. We'll step off the stage here. We'll get you your weigh-in ticket. Go get a picture made and get back out there. Nate Pardo from Indiana University wins day one, session one, presented by Engel Coolers. For his first place finish, Nate earns a $300 Bass Pro Shops gift card and an Engel Cooler that prize package valued at over $570. In second place, Reagan Nelson from Tarleton State University He weighs in a bass weighing 4.77 pounds, and rounding out the top three, his fellow teammate from Tarleton State University, Colin Reyes, with 4.09. The 10th ranked team in the Bass Pro Shop School of the Year, presented by Abu Garcia, Tarleton State, off to a hot start early on day one.
On the next episode of the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series, we bring you more coverage from day one at Kentucky Lake for the 2021 Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash, presented by Berkley. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This episode was made possible by these partners.
Born in Japan, FC Sniper became the #1 fluorocarbon line in the Japanese market. It transitioned to the U.S. in the early 2000s and continues to grow in prominence with anglers. FC Sniper is the flagship product in the American market and bestseller. It features the perfect blend of abrasion resistance, low memory, and tensile strength. FC Sniper is offered in pound tests that range from 2 pound to 30 pound and in spool sizes up to 1,200 yards. FC Sniper has the strength to guarantee your confidence.
We don't have a large laboratory to test baits. Why, you ask? We don't need a big laboratory because our pros fish, our employees fish, our owners fish, and our kids fish. This is our laboratory. Our R&D comes from time on the water. All that time on the water brings us thousands of hours of testing new products and improving current ones for all species. Big Bite Baits, designed to bring the big bite to your line.
You've already discovered the secret to success with the Secret Lures Stupid Tube and landed big one after big one. Well, now, Secret Lures is giving you even more fish catching chances with the all-new Stupid Craw. Sized to fit the 4/0 Secret Lures Stupid Tube jig head, the Stupid Craw has you covered from the brand new 5/16 ounce down to an 1/8 ounce jig head. On the belly of the craw, you'll find 2 molded dots that act as a rigging guide, giving the jig head perfect alignment when rigged. The Stupid Craw also boasts a hook trough that protects the hook from snags and vegetation, allowing for a perfect weedless presentation. Anyone at Secret Lures will tell you the Stupid Craw is 3.7 inches of crawdad goodness that you're going to want in your tackle box this year. So head on over to secretlures.com for more information about the brand new Stupid Craw by Secret Lures.
The lightest rod ever built.
All new nanocarbon technology. 25% more casting distance. Digitally controlled braking. Incredible sensitivity. Magnetically sealed components. Micro-computer monitor. More sensitive than tournament tested. Step up ultra fast. The only rod for your boat. It is real.